Finding the perfect tablet can feel like you're searching for a unicorn. You either get a gorgeous screen that's a total fingerprint magnet, or you find great performance with a price tag that just makes you wince. Well, today, we're looking at a device that might have just cracked the code. Let's dive in. Oh man, we have all been there, right? You're trying to read an ebook or just watch a show, and you end up spending half your time tilting the screen to dodge that reflection from a light. It's super distracting, it can give you a headache, and trying to write on a slippery, glossy screen, it just feels wrong. Well, check this out. This could be the answer we've all been waiting for. Lenovo has dropped this special matte edition of their IdeaTab Pro, and it's built specifically to take that glare problem and just make it go away. And here it is, the first major surprise. The price. It's just 30,500 rupees. Now I want you to lock that number in your brain, because what you're about to see that you get for that price, well, that's what makes this whole thing so interesting. I mean, just look at this. For that price, you're not just getting the tablet. They throw in the Lenovo Pen Plus, a zippy 45-watt charger, and even extra nibs for the pen. You know other brands make you buy all this stuff separately, right? This is just fantastic value, right out of the gate. All right, let's get to the main event, the star of the show. The one feature that really truly makes this tablet stand out from pretty much everything else on the market, its display.
So what even is a matte display? Well, think about it this way. Instead of a glossy, mirror-like surface that bounces light right back into your eyes, this has a special finish that scatters the light. The result? A texture that honestly feels a lot like paper, which is an absolute game changer for reading and writing.
And this slide just lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got that typical glossy screen fighting with reflections. But on the right, with the Lenovo matte screen, poof, they're just gone. This means you can read for hours without that eye strain, and when you go to write, you get that satisfying bit of friction, kind of like a real pen on real paper. Now, just because it's matte doesn't mean they cheaped out on the quality. Not at all. Look at these specs. It's a huge 12.7-inch screen with a super sharp 3K resolution, so everything looks crisp. And see that 144 Hz refresh rate? That's tech you find in high-end devices, and it's what makes scrolling and swiping feel incredibly fluid and smooth. Okay, a fantastic screen is one thing, but what about the rest of the tablet? Can it actually keep up? Let's pop the hood and see what kind of engine this thing is running. So, this thing is rocking a MediaTek Dimensity 8300 processor, which, for the record, is a whole lot more powerful than what you'd find in a competitor like the Samsung S9 FE. You also get a solid 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of super fast UFS 4.0 storage, which basically means your apps are going to launch in a snap. And yeah, you can add up to a terabyte more. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The numbers back it up. These Geekbench scores are seriously strong. This tablet isn't just for reading. It's going to handle multitasking and even some pretty demanding games without breaking a sweat. And that premium feel isn't just on the inside. You've got a full metal body, 4 speakers tuned by JBL with Dolby Atmos for really immersive sound, and a monster 10,200 milliamp hour battery. That'll get you about 7 to 8 hours of actual real-world use. Okay, let's talk about that pen, the one they actually decided to include in the box. Let's see how this whole package works as a tool for getting stuff done. Now, this is really clever. That little button on the Pen Plus, it's not just for show. It's a remote control. You can use it to click through your presentation slides, use it as a remote shutter to take a group photo, or even play and pause your YouTube videos. How cool is that? When you combine that pen with the matte screen, the experience is just wow. Writing notes feels so natural. The tablet is really good at ignoring your hand resting on the screen, and it picks up different levels of pressure, so you can draw thick or thin lines just like you would with a real pen. And of course, it wouldn't be a 2024 device without some AI features. It's got them built right in. You can circle anything on your screen to instantly search for it, pull up Google's Gemini AI with a quick button press, and easily scribble on screenshots from any app. So it really seems almost perfect, doesn't it? A great screen, powerful, amazing value, but there is one really important catch you need to think about before you run out and buy one. Let's weigh the pros and the cons. Okay, so here it is, the big one. It all comes down to software support. On the plus side, the software it has is great. It's a nice clean version of Android without a lot of junk. But, and this is a big but, Lenovo is only promising 2 major OS updates. You'll get security updates for 4 years, which is good, but that shorter OS support is probably the biggest compromise you're making with this tablet. But then you come right back to that price. I mean, look at this. The closest competitor with a similar matte-style screen is the Xiaomi Pad 7. By the time you buy that tablet and then buy the pen separately, you're looking at around 38,000 rupees. This Lenovo is way more affordable, and the pen is already in the box. So who is this tablet really for? Well, it's a no-brainer for students taking tons of notes. It's fantastic for professionals who read documents all day, and really, it's for anyone who's just sick and tired of screen glare and eye strain. If that reading and writing experience is your #1 priority, this thing was basically made for you. And that really brings us to the final, bottom-line question you have to ask yourself. Is a truly superior paper-like display and that incredible price tag worth a shorter software life? That's the trade-off. And ultimately, you're the only one who can decide what matters most to you.